Okay, we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about word problems and how to pull equations out of the word problems by identifying key components that are just little hints of what we need to form our equations. The first one we're going to look at is the standard form of linear equations. We're going to look at this because standard form allows you to compare parts to the total. And when you do that, you're going to pick out a smaller part and add it to another smaller part to get the total. And of course, you know standard form is the ax plus by equals c. And again, it's the smaller part plus another smaller part equals sum total. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we're going to go to the grocery store and buy apples, and we know that they're about $2 a pound. And then we're going to buy some oranges, and they're about $4 a pound. Well, our mom sends us off to the grocery store with about 20 bucks in our pocket, so we need to somehow make sure that whatever apples we buy plus whatever oranges we buy is going to equal $20. To turn that into an equation, we just take our $2 per pound times the apples plus $4 a pound times the number of oranges, and that should equal $20. Or, algebraically, it's going to be 2x, x for apples, plus $4 y, and the y stands for the oranges, and that's going to equal our $20. Or simply 2x plus 4y equals 20. Let's look at another example where we're going off to the movies. Let's say we're the manager of the movies, and we need to know how many tickets we sold that night. Well, of course, we have kids' tickets. We also have adult tickets. And we also know that we sold 575 total tickets. So our equation could just be as simple as kids' tickets plus adult tickets equals the 575 that we know we sold. Or x plus y equals 575. X represents the number of kids' tickets, y represents the number of adult tickets, and all that total, when you combine them, is 575. Let's review a third example. And all these examples came right from the word problems that you're going to see later on in a quiz. So they're definitely appropriate. In this example, we look at a stock investor that's buying two different types of stocks. Stock A they buy for $30 per share, and stock B for $45 per share. Her total investment is going to be $90,000. So it was quite easy when we were looking at parts when we were doing apples and oranges or kids tickets and adult tickets. Here, our smaller part is stock A and the other smaller part is stock B. So what's our total price for stock A? Well, it's $30 times the number of shares we bought. And we'll call the number of shares of stock A, let's just call it A this time. You don't always have to use the X and a Y. For the smaller part of stock B, each one of those stocks costs $45. So we're going to multiply $45 times every stock B that we bought. So algebraically, we'll just call it 45 times B. And the total investment was $90,000. So we should get 35A plus 45B equals $90,000. So that's three good examples to help you along with picking out the equations in word problems using standard form. We're going to go over a couple other forms later on, but that should get you started for, I would say, a third of the word problems out there. And just remember, it's ax plus by equals c, where everything with a variable on the left and everything that's constant on the right, and it's a smaller part plus a smaller part equals the total. Good luck.